to that particular motif. So that's why you will find that many scholars may not agree on the meaning of the same myth. I may interpret a myth in a different way because the way I look at the symbols is in a different manner than the way you will look at the symbols. Take that example of that kalasha with the the lotus, the most potent symbol in the Indian context or Indian myths. Now, whether it's a pot, whether it is a lotus, it has multivalent meanings within it. It means boom, it becomes navel, it becomes creation, it becomes prosperity, it becomes, so like this, a symbol is composed of many layers of meaning along with it. So now I'll just come to one example in this presentation, because one can really, next you can change the slide. You can uh, you can have you can have many examples, but just for the sake of presentation, I'll just come up with the one symbol, and that is the center, the most crucial symbol in the all ancient civilization is the symbol of creating the center. Now, why the center? It's like, when I was studying initially, I didn't understand the concept of center. And I kept on looking at it in terms of center. What is the need to feel the center? All creation myths are actually the symbols of creating the center. But it is not just creating the center, but it is also creating time and space. So for the human beings, for the early beings, when they were conceptualizing or imagining the world, they had to create the time and space. And when they were creating the time and space, they can only create it by pointing the center. Once the center is actually identified or created, you automatically create the time and space. So the idea of sacred space involves the notion of repeating the primeval hierophany, which consecrates the place by marking it out from the profane. So once this particular time and space is created according to Levi Bruegel or even Machiavelli, illo tempore, or the sacred time. So this is what he talks about, the cyclical time. This is a time where one can keep on revisiting. It's not a linear time, what we know it today, but it's a time where we can revisit through our rituals and through our symbols. So the time is actually the key thing of it. Now let us look at it, how the symbol of this time or the center has been created. You can change it to the next slide. Now what I told you was originally an Egyptian story, but now here we have you can come to the next slide, can we? Okay. Now here, these are the different totemic poles which have been erected in the name of the hero of ascension. Now, in a Bajpai, there is one ritual of a Bajpai yajna, where actually the Yajamana climbs the pole. He climbs the pole, stands up like in a Titanic, in a great hero of the Titanic, like he spreads his arm, holding his leg like a Mallakhamba, holds his thing, and he literally utters the word that now I am in heaven. I have met the gods and I am in heaven. So this particular, after the completion of the ritual, he has to perform this last act or the rite of ascending into the heaven. So every ascent is a breakthrough as far as different levels of existence is concerned. So human beings were not only looking at the particular symbol, but through the symbol, they were trying to elevate their existence to a different time zone or a time escape into from profane space to the sacred space. All such rites and symbols are explained by the sacred value of the hide. And that is why this particular pole or a yupa or the human figure became very important to connect between the human existence to the upper existence. The transcending of the human condition by entering a sacred space, temple, or altar by way of ritual consecration or through death is expressed. As I said earlier, that when you die, you are horizontal, but when you are reborn, the pole becomes the form of uh, ascension to the next level. So we can just go to the I'll just conclude this particular presentation by talking about how visual symbol plays an important role in the mythological symbol, or rather collaborates with the mythological symbol. Like, let me say that Campbell puts it in a very aptly. He says that mythological symbols cannot be manufactured, they cannot be ordered or invented, but they are spontaneous the production of a psyche. So if you ask again, who can make the symbol? Can we make the symbols? They have to be part of our larger cultural psyche, which Hume calls it as a collective unconscious. It has to germinate within these. Only then and when they germinate through those collective unconscious mind, they get accepted by the large society of the people, and through these symbols we are actually creating our worldview, and we are reiterating our time and space and concept of the world to experience the sacred time, what Eliade would call it as a return back to a time and space, the primordial time, where we as human race knew the existence of the universe as one and the whole. So this is in a short, one small